Alright y'all, so today we're going to be doing part 2 of our walkthrough through the cut maps from the Halo 2 multiplayer. Now, like I mentioned in the last video, most of these maps were recovered by the Dig Site team, who are basically a group of modders that are adding cut Halo 2 content back into the game. If you have Halo 2, or excuse me, you have MCC on Steam. So my last video we covered a lot of the maps. We're just kind of picking off and just doing a casual walkthrough. Just mainly experiencing this for myself, but also just for fun, showing y'all what these maps look like and what could have been in terms of Halo 2's multiplayer. So the first map we have here is Headlong 2003. Now this map did make it to the final game, but this version of the map, which is a prototype version from 2003, is extremely it's very much a prototype, but also it's actually really different in design as a whole, and you'll kind of see why in a minute. So let's just do Headlong 2003, and let's get into it. All right. So Headlong 2003, another one of those prototype maps developed in that 2003 period of Halo 2's development. So as you can see, completely, I would say in general it's a similar design to the final map we got, but very different. As you can see, just a very different map. For example, the map that we got in the final game is a map in New Mombasa. It's a city, but in general, this map is pretty much a completely different map and design. There's a few similarities, like, you're fighting on streets. There's, there's buildings everywhere and stuff, but other than that, it seems like the layout's, like, completely different, I guess you could say. It's pretty strange, but it's very different from the final game that we got. Have some cars lying around here, as you can see. Did not mean to do that. God damn it. Alright. This is very much a prototype map. Very much in progress. I'm assuming at some point during development, Bungie was just like, we're going to completely redesign this map from the ground up, because it does not look very similar at all to the map we got in the final game, which is a classic. It's a classic map. I'm going to take this shotgun real quick. As you can see, a lot of the textures here are very incomplete. You got these little marks on the ground here. I'm not sure that's test stuff. You got this random desk over here. Yeah. Just kind of incomplete textures, Nothing looks very finished, and makes sense. It's from the 2003 development period. Even this building, look at this building up here. It, like, clips and, like, I guess that's windows, I'm guessing. I'm not sure. I'm guessing, obviously, I'm sure that this version of the map got scrapped. I'm sure that these titles on these signs on these buildings would have indicated what kind of building it would have been. Like, this probably would have been a luxury hotel, but as you can see, there's nothing in it. So pretty fascinating stuff. Pretty fascinating. Oh, okay, I got a little elevator here. It's cool, I guess. The elevator works, but obviously just a placeholder name and nothing for textures there. I've noticed that in the Ascension map we saw in the last playthrough, this is probably going to be a teleporter of some sorts here. So that's just a placeholder. They didn't actually put it in. Okay. More cars here. These cars they pretty much are from the final game. Some of them are just chilling, though. Floating off the ground for no reason. I got a little warthog here. Like I said, there are elements of this map that are similar to the final build, but it's like you got vehicles, you got a street, But it's very much just completely redesigned, completely different layout and concept here. Look at this. Yeah, more weird signs. This one's like weird. This sign's like weirdly placed. Not sure what's up with that. We have this car that's just flipped here for no reason. Not sure what's up with that, to be honest with you. Alright, more grenades. Kind of just exploring this map, if you will. You know, and I shall... Nah, I'll keep the... Alright. Very much incomplete. You know, Headlong, the original map, is a classic, in my opinion. Damn mouse. You got this weird Spartan here. I'm assuming that's Chief, but I'm not sure, holding a giant gear. Which obviously it looks like it was modeled, but definitely not textured. I'm guessing that was part of the original gimmick for this map, but this never obviously made it to the final map. Which is just pretty fascinating. Alright, this is where the rocket launcher placement is. See if it goes through the building. Okay, so it does go through that. So they definitely did some of the prototyping there. Another ivory towers here. I'm not sure if we were in here already, but more grenade placements. Yes, please. Yeah, we were already here. Okay, interesting. Let me go down here real quick. Yeah, this is just a very early prototype map. Not much to be said about it, to be frankly honest. Could this map be put into matchmaking? It could, but it obviously needs a lot of polish, a lot of work. And honestly, I would probably just put it under a different name. So you got Alien Ministry, Registration, and Nationalization. Interesting. We got a little war going on with New Mabasa here. It's kind of cool. Got a little lower level right here. That's cool, I guess. Nothing to it, though. It's just all incomplete rooms with, you know, prototyping but no textures. Got some awkwardly placed rocks here, so that's pretty cool, I guess. Alright. And then we got the Spartan. You also got a battle rifle placement here, so that's interesting, I guess. Yeah, this is quite a different thing. Like I said, the whole layout of this map is kind of different from the final map, which is more, I guess, more vertical in design. While here, this is more of a open arena kind of map. Got the rocks here. They're just kind of placed here. I'm not sure this was supposed to be like a river or some water. Could have been. I'm not sure. Yeah, I got Chief here, I'm assuming, or some kind of Spartan. Let me take this battle rifle. Thank you. Wow. Okay, we can just walk right through it. Yeah, it's not even solidified on the environment. It's just there as a placeholder. Cool, though. I really like that feature of the map. So, got cars here that are just floating in midair for no reason. I mean, it definitely has enough space. It definitely could be for like a good 4v4 arena match. 4v4 match or easily 2v2. Let's see, what is this? Blue Sahara parking. So got the African theme going on here. Got this ugly rock here. Yeah, kind of cool, I guess. Alright. Yeah, got a little area right here. I'm not sure. I guess this was supposed to be like a broken road or something. And this is like the debris from that road, so I guess that makes sense. Yeah, so that is Headlong. Not much to it, to be frankly honest. It is kind of cool. It's definitely, like the last map, Ascension, very much a prototype map, not meant to be seen by the public, and a very early idea of the map that we got in the final game. Still, it's a cool what if. It's a cool little exploration here. But definitely cannot be put in the matchmaking in the state it's in. Definitely needs a lot of work. Alright, so let's go on to the next map that we have here. So let's see. Alright, so now we have more 2003 maps, but we have this interesting map called Earth City Sample, which I believe is Sample, Forerunner Sample. Okay, so it doesn't have the other sample map, so that's interesting. Alright, so let's go. I'm going to actually skip forward a bit and probably just do these sample maps just to show y'all. Alright, so Earth City sample, so let's get into it. Build up, build out. That's the description for it. Alright, so this is Earth City Sample. Now, a little bit of backstory for this. From what I understand, this was actually a part of a 3-pack of maps that were cut from Halo 2 Vista. And why they're called Earth City Sample is because these maps were only meant to be for modders and developers. Essentially, when they added modding tools and such to Halo 2 Vista, I believe back in 2007 or 2006 is when that game came out, they added all these sample maps so that they can basically show the people in the game how to use the modding tools that they added to the game. And these maps are just test environments. They weren't actually meant to be fully playable maps in multiplayer. But it's still really cool that the dig site team got these maps, made them playable for everybody. Really cool stuff. And for the most part, this all looks really finished. As you can see, though, it's very small. Probably 2v2, 4v4 at best. Very small map. But it looks finished. I mean, unlike the last map, which was clearly a prototype map, this map is very much finished. It even got physics. It's got all these explosives around the map. It's got a cool skybox. It got sound effects, lighting effects. Textures look good. I kind of like it, honestly. I think it's pretty cool. I kind of wish it was put into Halo 2 Vista. And it's honestly so solid that I think it could be put into matchmaking if they really wanted to. But that's obviously up to the people like 343 and the dig site team. You got a Covenant cruiser there. Got the space elevator. And as you can hear the sound effects, you can hear. I'm assuming this is taking place during the whole battle of New Mombasa we saw in Halo 2. Yeah, that's a little area right here. Yep, this is where the rocket launcher is. Kind of figured they would hide it there. It's kind of an interesting place to hide it, though. So let me go ahead and get that bad boy. Alright. But it looks pretty complete. I mean, tons of things. You got cars in the way. You have a warthog over here. Pretty cool. But very small map, as you can see. It's just like a one-way street. You know, you can do 2v2s, 1v1s, but that's pretty much it, to be honest. Possibly 4v4, but that's like if you're really stretching it, to be honest. They also have the rocket launcher over here, I see, so that's where the rocket launcher placement is. Got tons of explosives around here, which, I don't know, I feel like it's a bit too excessive with the explosives. Like, that can easily... It seems like too many destructibles on this map, but that's just my opinion. Alright. See if we can... I wonder if you can actually go up there. Let me see. Nope. Okay, so it's also that finished, but as you can see, not much in terms of... If you go beyond this, obviously, you can see a little blackness and skybox is not finished. But, you know, like I said, you probably weren't supposed to get up this high anyway, so... They even got a little warthog here, which... This map is so small, I'm not even sure how a warthog... Like, a warthog probably wouldn't even be... feasible, to be honest, but you know, it's cool, I guess. They put a vehicle on this map, I guess. I do feel like This map is so small, though, I don't think vehicles would be really necessary, but, you know. I guess it's cool, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's got pretty much a symmetrical design. Like, both sides have the same stuff. Like, you got these little building right here. Same kind of building over here. Little archway. Another building over there. It's like copy and paste, essentially. Both sides are like the same. They're just pasted diagonally. Just the skybox obviously is a bit different. But yeah, this is Earth City Sample. Pretty cool. I like it, to be honest. Not a bad map. I'm not really too sure why they cut it from the Halo 2 Vista release. Because it looks pretty complete, to be honest with you. Maybe they just didn't have time to fully fix all the kinks and put it in the game. But still fascinating, so. But pretty small map. I could easily see this being put into matchmaking for a limited game mode or something. It is pretty complete. There's really not much that needs to be done with it, so. Alright, so that was Earth City Sample. Pretty cool. I kind of like maps anyway that are like based on New Mombasa, because it just adds more character, and it's kind of a setting we don't get to see a lot in the Halo universe, and especially in multiplayer maps, because a lot of the maps in Halo 2's multiplayer were kind of just based on other events in the campaign, or just kind of their own completely original thing. So kind of cool we get a new Mombasa map in the sense here. So I like the little details stay clear sign. So yeah, this is the Earth City Simple map. Not much to say about it though, but it's pretty cool. Alright, so we're gonna go through the next map, which is I'm gonna just do the other sample map here. Now, there's technically 3 maps that were sample maps, or 4 technically. The Covenant City, or Covenant sample map, and then we have the Forerunner one. And then we also have Example, which you're going to see in a minute why it's called that. So, just taking a look real quick. Alright, so first we're going to go into Forerunner sample. So, relax on the beach, they said. No flood, they said. That's a hilarious description for this map. Alright. So this is another map that was a sample map for Halo 2 Vista. But this time around, it is based on the Halo rings and has mainly a lot of Forerunner stuff. And the coolest thing, too, is it has a silenced SMG, which, if you didn't know, was actually a cut weapon from Halo 2 that never made it to the final game. But they kind of made it, they added it to Halo 2 Vista to, like, give people some incentive to buy the port of Halo 2 and, you know, just add it to the game, why not? It's the same SMG, you know, same reload, it's just, obviously all the gun sounds are just muffled and you have a silencer on it. And the Forerunner map, as you can see, is on a beach. Way bigger than your city map. So, as you can see, very complete. I mean, there's not really too much that's wrong with it. And the beach is beautiful. Even the water effects are pretty. There's an invisible barrier, though, so you can't go that far. Wish you can go on that little island right there. But it's still cool. You got a little waterfall right here coming down. Very nice. You got 2 bases on each side of the map. So this could easily do 2v2s, 4v4s. Easily support those 2 game modes because it's very much a bigger map. And it looks mostly complete. I mean, the rock textures look good. Some of the rocks I would say look a little weak. Like I said, not 100% polished, but still way more complete than like some of the prototype maps are cut, you know. I got a little teleporter here, which is cool. So, we get in it. Okay, the teleporter don't work, alright. So, they didn't fix all the kinks, I guess. Little tree right there. Got little needlers here. Get the needler, why not? And, okay, this is where the rocket launcher. Much more accessible. I could definitely see people on this map trying to fight for it. And, ooh, is this weapon pods? Okay. Nothing in these 2, it seems like. Plasma pistol, or plasma rifle, excuse me. This is also set on the Halo ring, which is awesome. I just noticed there's even like these weird wires and shit, like connecting the beacons and stuff. I'm not sure what that's supposed to represent, but still cool. And as you can see, the skybox looks pretty complete. Doesn't look bad. The water effects look nice and complete. I mean, this map looks very complete. So, I think on each map they have a silenced SMG. One of the cool things they added the Halo 2 Vista. Yep, there's another one right there. Just same thing as the other base, but just on the opposite side. They definitely dialed it back for the explosives as well, which was a much needed touch, because I feel like their city map had way too much explosives. It looks like up here you can go on the structure up here. There's a Warthog up here, which having a Warthog here does make sense as the map is big enough to have vehicles on it. So let's go ahead and drive up this thing. Alrighty. Warthog rocket ammo. I'm not sure if there's a way actually up this structure though. Maybe the teleporter was supposed to teleport you up there, but obviously for some reason for me it's just not working, so. Yeah, not working. Yeah, so that kind of sucks, but, you know, still cool, still cool. Maybe I can find a way to get up there using the Warthog, possibly, but we'll see. I'm sure there's a way up there, just have to kind of find and finesse your way up there, I guess. Let me see. Alright. Nah, I need something bigger. That would take too long, but I definitely could probably finesse some of the movable objects and maybe get up there, but we'll see. Yeah, so this map is very nice. I like all the vegetation, the rocks, the terrain. I love the fact it's on a Halo ring. I love the fact it's on a beach. You don't really see many maps in Halo do this concept of like a full-on beach, but yeah, look at that. Very pretty, bruh. Very pretty. I really like this map. I think it's pretty good. I absolutely think it could be added to matchmaking if they wanted to. It's even better than the last map, so yeah, that is pretty cool, in my opinion. You got the little waterfall right here. And I'm assuming would have ran through here and then come out this side, which just, once again, brilliant map design. And I'm not sure if Bungie had any hand in this, or it was just the people who made the port for Halo 2 Vista. But either way, whoever did it, designed it, fantastic job. I mean, I absolutely love it. And I mean, the silencer needle, the silenced SMG is also pretty cool as well. Pretty cool. Now, in terms of lore, obviously there's no lore. This map obviously was just meant for modders and stuff to mess around with the modding tools and add things and tweak things and adjust things. So it was obviously just meant to be a test environment, but it's just such a good map that I honestly think could absolutely just be added to matchmaking. But that's just my opinion, so. Alright, so this is Forerunner sample. So, pretty cool map, pretty cool. I really enjoy it. Alright, now we have Example. Now, this is probably the most random name for a map. You know, it doesn't have any... It kind of stands out. A short walk down a short hall. I'm not sure what the hell that means, but pretty funny description. Now, Example, I don't really know if it's technically a cut map, because from what I understand, and I may get this wrong, and absolutely people correct me, but... Ooh, got the silenced SMG. Alright, so this is Example. The map is just legit called Example, so it's pretty funny. Take this instead. And it looks pretty simple. It looks like just a Forerunner room with some pretty nice textures. It all looks pretty complete with graphics and stuff. Nothing looks too out of place. Now, I wanted to get to why is it called Example, right? That doesn't make any sense. Well, and why is it technically not a cut map? Well, for one, this map is called Example because it was legit only designed for... It's got a little teleporter here, which is cool. It was only designed, once again, like the other two maps we saw, just for modders to use, to test out the modding tools of Halo 2 Vista, to play around with the environment, you know, all this stuff. So it was just a testing environment, not meant to be an actual level in multiplayer, which makes sense, right? As you can see, in terms of like level design, I would say it's pretty cluttered, but I think that's for a reason, just because, like I said, it's just a... It was just a map meant for modders to test out things. So that's probably why, you know, they probably wanted you to move things around and tweak things with the map and stuff. So I'm just going to blow up all these explosives, which are just too goddamn many. Yeah. All right. In terms of like design, it's pretty... I mean, it's alright. I mean, it's a pretty simple Forerunner room. It's also pretty small. It's kind of like the Earth City map, but it's like, in terms of like level design, it's pretty bare bones. Got the fuel rod in the center of the map, which is an interesting placement. So, got the... I'm assuming this probably would have been the human side, because there's machine guns here and there's plasma cannons over here, so... Yeah. Got the little overshield over there, it looks like. Alright. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Forerunner structure here. Even got the camo here, which is an interesting placement for it. Alright, let's go on the bottom. A lot of, you know, movable objects. Overall, not a bad map, I would say. I mean, it could be used for matchmaking, but it's a very small map. Like, only 2 players, at most 4 players, maybe. But really, it's preferred for 2, because very small map. A lot of destructibles, a lot of just... you know, things that you can blow up other people with. And especially if you put so many players into a map like this, it's going to become a mess. So, yeah. Not much to be said there, to be honest, though, in terms of design. Alright, climbed up here. Pretty cool. The skybox looks like the same one from Ascension, if I'm not mistaken. But it's kind of covered up by windows and such. Got a little elevator here to get up to the 2nd floor. Yeah. Not much to it, though, to be honest with you. I do like the blue lighting. And there's kind of like... well, there's no lighting over here. It's just normal, bland lighting. But this probably would have been the other team. And this obviously would have been blue team or something like that. Something of sorts, so... yeah. Not much to be said about example. It's pretty bland. It's just a simple Forerunner map. That's all it is. If they wanted to add it to matchmaking, they could. It is pretty complete like the other map, but I still think Forerunner sample would have been way better to put into a final matchmaking playlist. But still, it's kind of cool. Now, I don't know if I got to the point, but this map technically did get released. It was the only map that was released for modders to play around and test the tools and touch. The Covenant, the Earth, and the Forerunner map, sample maps, all got cut from Halo 2 Vista. And this was the only one that actually made it to release when Halo 2 Vista came out. So this map, like I said, technically did come out. But just looks like the dig site team just added it back for people so that, you know, people who don't have Halo 2 Vista can absolutely access and experience this map, which I'm all for, to be honest. I mean, you know, Xbox is more people playing Halo usually, so... or not just Xbox, excuse me, but, you know, the community is bigger than just people who play on Halo 2 Vista. I think the community who played on Vista was very small compared to, like, people who play on MCC and even the OG game for a while. But yeah, this is example. Pretty cool. Technically not a cut map, but still really cool that they made it accessible for everybody. But kind of bland, nothing to be said about it, so... Alrighty, so that was all the sample maps. I know that there was one more Covenant sample map, but I don't know if they released it, or maybe I just don't have the update for it yet, but That was also another cut map, but for whatever reason it's not on this playlist. But maybe one day we'll get access to it. Alrighty, so we did all that. Now we're going to get into more 2003 prototype maps, which once again pretty self-explanatory, also known as Lockout, which is a hilarious description. It's probably a more fitting description because this is the 2003 version of Lockout. Now, it's going to be kind of crazy to see what this was. Lockout is definitely one of my favorite maps from Halo 2. I think it's probably my second favorite. I know I said Ascension was my favorite, and it still is, but Lockout is definitely a close second or third. And wow, this definitely looks unfinished. And holy Jesus, okay. Alright, so we still have the plasma pistol up here. As you can see, very different from the final map. Oh, Jesus, there's not even a bridge here. Okay. Okay, that's crazy. Alright, so crazy this map is, to say the least. As you can see, it's very unfinished. No textures are put in. Everything's blocked out, and you can walk on it, but, you know, it's got the little red light here for red team, and got a weird slanted teleporter here, which, oh, what the hell? I don't even know what that's about, to be honest. As you can see, we also got the health packs here, another cut feature of Halo 2's multiplayer, never made the final release. This just is very sloppy. Obviously, the developers were like, you're never supposed to see this, but, you know, thanks to modders and such, we can. The layout is pretty much the same as Lockout, but just everything is just incomplete. I mean, obviously the room here, there's supposed to be a teleporter or an elevator of some sorts. It's supposed to take you up here, but that's not even a thing. Maybe there is, I don't know. Little window right here. Another teleporter right here, I'm assuming. I don't remember if there was a teleporter in this section, but still overall pretty crazy. And wow, I mean, this section too looks completely different. The shotgun is still here though, so it definitely seems like all the weapon placements are definitely in place, so to speak, but obviously everything looks very unfinished. It's just kind of trippy looking at all this, to be honest, because it's like, oh. Okay, so that teleporter worked. So maybe do some of these early teleporters do work. Okay, maybe that's news to me. Yeah, it's just Lockout, but like very unfinished. Battle rifle still here. Cool. The rock terrain also looks very unfinished. Like, look at all this. Pretty crazy. Weird weapon and grenade placements, but I think that probably is in the final game. The skybox looks kind of finished, I would say. I'm not sure if these mountains exactly look like that in the final map, but they look a little bit fuzzy and unfinished. But, I mean, the skybox looks kind of unfinished. It's just everything else looks completely broken. And I don't even remember this section of the map right here is supposed to be like this. I really don't know, to be honest. See, can I go here? Nope. Alright. So it's blocked. Alright. You also have this little ladder thing right here, which in the final build of the map we have in the game is just stairs. They've made it a net where you can climb up. I prefer stairs, to be honest, so pretty happy with the final decision to make it stairs. I might be tripping. Maybe there wasn't a bridge here. But I swear I thought there was a bridge. But I could be wrong. I could just be tripping. Yeah. Overall, the rock textures look unfinished as well. But not as unfinished as everything like this. The lighting's here. You got the yellow lighting here. Red lighting here. But, yeah. Obviously, this map should not be added to matchmaking. It's very unfinished. It's kind of like a big what if. So. Okay, so the elevator works. I was wanting to test it out, so it works, okay? So like I said, it's definitely a prototype. It's definitely like, you can see someone like working on this and like have massive potential for this map, but obviously it's just unfinished. Still pretty cool just to see this weird early version of Lockout, to be honest. Pretty awesome. Pretty nice little treat for anyone that's a Halo fan. So I'm going to try to jump down, and I'm going to see what happens to me if I jump off the map. Okay, we're still falling. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so now you can just walk on the bottom of the map. Okay, so this is like Ascension. Very unfinished. Let's see, where is the... Okay, I don't even know where I'm at, to be honest. Where the hell... I think I just lost the structures. I think they're up here. But all the fog and clouds and stuff are like messing with it. As you can see, you can just walk on the ground and look at this very empty and incomplete skybox. I'm not sure how far I can walk to it, to be honest. Oh my goodness, this is crazy, bro. This is insanity. And look at this. Like, parts of it are not even there, which I'm assuming were probably hidden because of like the terrain and stuff surrounding the map, but just crazy. Just, oh my goodness. This is crazy, bro. Wow. I don't even know how far I can walk, to be honest. But this is the 2003 Lockout prototype map. Very strange. Obviously not meant to be seen or played on by the public, but still pretty cool. Pretty cool. Again, it's very trippy to see like maps that you love playing on back in the day, but they're just prototypes. Alright, so the next map we have is Midship 2003. Action from port to starboard. So, alright. Midship is kind of like that cool Covenant map from the multiplayer. I personally like it. I remember playing it quite a bit in Halo 2 a bit. So, and as you can see, wow, this is very unfinished. It kind of, okay, so you still got the little gravity lifts. I remember playing this map also in Halo 3, if I'm not mistaken. Or there was a map that was pretty similar to this in Halo 3, but I could be wrong. So I think that's a giant elevator. Got red light here, blue light here, so these are obviously the teams. It's kind of weird seeing this because it's like the last map. It's very incomplete. Whoa, okay, so that door opens. Alright. Nothing in here, though. I do think the lighting is pretty interesting. It's kind of got that dynamic lighting that was kind of cut from Halo 2. The stencil shadows and the lighting. Maybe this map, I'm assuming, was part of that engine that they were working on with the whole stencil effects and the dynamic lighting, but obviously it proved to be too resource intensive for the Xbox's hardware and even Bungie's hardware to a certain degree. But it seemed like this map was incorporating that because that little area right there definitely showed hints of it. Obviously everything looks very incomplete. Nothing is purple. It just looks like a very bare bones skeleton version of the map that we got in the final game. Even so bare bones, because the Covenant, obviously, a lot of Covenant architecture is very round. It has like a lot of curves and stuff to its designs and geometry. Since this is such an early map and it's very much in the prototype phase, nothing has been curved out. There's barely any curves. It pretty much, honestly, if you didn't know this was a Covenant map, like, you could probably assume it was some kind of Forerunner or human map, to be frankly honest. I guess this was a placement to a door. I'm not even sure. Right here. I guess where the shotgun is. Okay. And you got the little door right here opening up. Once again, this is my guess, but it showcases some of that dynamic lighting and stencil shadows and stuff that we could have got in Halo 2, but they were ultimately cut. You also got the overshield here, which is awesome like always. Yeah. Pretty cool map, I guess. Very bare bones. I would even say it's more bare bones than freaking Lockout was, or Ascension. Reminds me of Colossus, to be honest. But even then, Colossus had more details and stuff on the map than this thing is. This is like really bare bones. I mean, it's kind of a cool thing. Like if you want to play with friends, you know, explore what these maps were originally in 2003. You know, laugh at it like, oh, look how shitty this looks. You know, it's a prototype map. But, you know, obviously, these maps weren't meant to be shown to the public, but in their early state. But still, it's kind of a cool deep dive and exploration. So, that was Midship. Not much to be said. Pretty cool, though. Pretty cool map from 2003. Alright, so now we have Waterworks 2003. This spigot has not been turned. Alright, I kind of get where they're going at here. And that kind of makes sense when you see the map. Waterworks is actually one of my favorite maps from Halo 2 as well. It's up there with Ascension, for sure. Alright. So let's see this shit. And wow. And it looks very different, as you can see. In terms of design, it looks pretty similar, but just it's very different to the map that we actually got in the final game. It looks like definitely an early 2003 build. So, got the Banshee still here. Got the Ghost here. What's interesting is that the Ghost and the Warthog are actually inside the structures. And you also got a little shoot box here, a little pill box. Kind of interesting. I know in the final game, if I remember correctly, they're just kind of out in the open from the base. You also got these rock structures here and these stalactites, I think, because this is like a cave technically. You know, it's kind of weird too. It seemed like a lot of things are missing. Like, if I remember correctly, there was a structure over here that was supposed to be here, and the map just seems way bigger, which is crazy, to be honest with you. You also got all these rock structures here. This whole little area right here. It's kind of crazy. I feel like this early prototype version of the map is actually way bigger. Like, this map could support even more players. Like, it could support 2v2s, 4v4s in the original, but this one could support even more players than that, to be honest. It's that big. Got these cool little pipes going on here. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, to be honest. It's all solid, as you can see. Obviously, no waters here. No giant little river. Major difference. Still got the Banshee here. As you can see, you can walk on this, and obviously, look how unfinished it looks. Crazy. Alright, so where the rocket launcher placement is. And let's go inside here real quick just to see what's up with it. And go down here. Assuming this is or an elevator. And yeah, that's some kind of gravity lift, so got shot back up. As you can see, everything is prototype and blocked out, but no textures. Alright, that one doesn't work. As you can see, this is the bases from a distance. Very kind of different, weirdly, from the final game. Still got the sniper rifle here. That was a classic placement. Oh yeah, you also got health packs here. Once again, definitely an indication of the 2003 state of Halo 2's multiplayer. So, awesome. Obviously can't use them. I don't think you can. Yeah, just kind of crazy. I know in the final game, also just in general, the placement of everything's a bit different. Like, you would walk into this little area, there'd be like a door, you can go up the structure, but here it's kind of like, pardon my French there. But it seems like here you have to actually go around the side and climb up or walk up the incline to get to the structure, which is pretty different. In general, this map just seems way bigger. Obviously, all the rock textures and ground textures look very unfinished. I think out of all the 2003 maps, though, I think this is actually the coolest one, to be honest. Like, I unironically would love to see this put into matchmaking, just for fun. Because I can see a lot of people playing on this and having some fun. So, as you can see, the Warthog is here. Pretty different, to be honest. Another health pack. the Halo 2 health pack, as you can see. Pretty different overall. It's kind of weird because, like I said, everything was outside of the base. Here it's actually inside. I kind of like this, though, a bit more than the final game where it's, like, just randomly outside, you know. You also got Ghost here in this little area right here that you can even walk into, which is awesome. So, got an SMG here. Okay. Let me go ahead and get in this Warthog real quick. Alright. A lot of cool bumpy terrain. A lot of stalactites. Way more than... I think they were just mainly on the roof. While here they're actually on the ground, which is awesome. Got all these pipes and stuff. I'm assuming would have had water and stuff pump out to the surface. So, got a little cool design right there. Center, west. Okay, let me see this. Some more teleporters back here. Another health pack on the end of the outside of this base. So can we go in? Oh, okay. So the teleporters are working here. Okay. I don't remember if there were teleporters in the bases that took you to this place. I don't think so, but it's kind of cool that in this version there were, so. Okay. Let me see if the roof is solid real quick. Okay, so that definitely... Oh, you can even see a little bit the clipped environment on top, which is cool. If I remember correctly, too, there wasn't a roof covering everything. Oh, there's even grenades up here? Okay, so maybe this spot was originally intended for people to climb up, which is fascinating. Alright. Wow, that's crazy. So, a little bit of Bungie, little finessing I see that Bungie was trying to do. I don't know if in the final game there were grenades up here. I actually have no idea. Oh, there's another health pack up here. So, definitely they were probably suggesting that players can get up this high somehow with the Banshee, which is awesome. Which obviously, I mean, they put Banshees on the map, but still. Yeah, so there you go. Got this little area right here that you can even sort of maybe be a sniper and snipe people off as well. If I remember correctly, the structure in the center of Waterworks in the final map actually goes out, like, I think. Or I think a roof maybe covers, I don't exactly remember, but it wasn't just like this. But overall, this map is way bigger than the one that we got in the final game, so they probably just had to scale it down so they can actually finish it and get it released on time with the final build of the game. Still, though, I actually really like this map. Out of all the prototype maps, this probably is my favorite one, to be honest. I unironically would like to see this in matchmaking, but I don't know if it'll ever obviously be put in just because it was a very incomplete prototype build from 2003 of Waterworks. So, pretty cool map, though. Very interesting. Alright. So that was Waterworks 2003. The spigot has not been turned in reference to the fact that, you know, there's no water on the map. Alright, so that was my quick little part 2 walkthrough of some of the maps that were cut from Halo 2's multiplayer. We went through a lot of maps here, just kind of a casual playthrough, just to experience and, you know, just really enjoy these maps. If you liked the video, you know, please subscribe, comment, and overall, just most importantly, have a nice day like everybody. I'll continue making these videos. I'll continue playing through all these lost and cut maps, and if there's even more cut content from Halo 2 and other Halo games, I'll absolutely keep playing it and showing it off to y'all just for fun and, you know, just sharing my experience with the world. But overall, peace, y'all. This is part 2 of the Halo 2 cut maps walkthrough. Peace.